is this? What? I'm sorry. Hello everyone, I'm Trace. Welcome back to my channel. By welcome back, I just mean welcome because I'm sure none of you have ever been here before. I feel like this video topic is really random. I'm gonna be talking about When I Get Home by Solange. And if I keep looking like this direction, it's because I'm looking at my laptop because I wrote notes. And if I keep looking like not at the camera, I'm looking at myself. Sorry, it's just gonna happen. A little backstory, if you will. Solange. She's cool, she's great. She did the Proud Family theme song, so of course we have to stand for that. There were a couple of songs I liked from A Seat at the Table, and then she also has a song called Tony from like back then at some point that I really like. And I really like the music video too. It's really cute, or the ending is. I remember when I Get Home came out and I was intrigued, and so I listened to it and it was not it for me. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, disclaimer, before you come for me, just know you are allowed to have your own opinion. If you resonate with it, if it like shook your core and like elevated you, that's great. This is my experience. So I listened to it like when it first came out, and I thought it was like not. But time passed and I recently decided to give it a second chance because towards the end of 2019, also it's raining, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm not gonna move because the lighting. Priorities. Anyways, it was like the end of 2019 and it was popping up on all the like best album, like end of the year best albums of the year, best albums of the decade lists. It was always like top 10 and I was kind of confused. I guess I just didn't understand. It just, for whatever reason, it wasn't clicking. I wasn't getting like the deeper meaning or whatever. But yesterday I watched a video by a girl on YouTube. Her YouTube name I think is Amanda BB, and she made a video of like her favorite and least favorite singles and albums of 2019. You should go watch her, by the way. Quality content, I will say. I like to watch her videos as I'm getting ready in the morning for my Zoom classes on Zoom University during the what we're going through in this time with the world. But she included When I Get Home on her list of best albums, and I trust her. I trust her opinion. We agree on a lot of the same things. Not on everything, but a lot of things. So I decided to give When I Get Home another chance. And this was my experience listening to it again. I'm gonna go track by track and just give you my thoughts, and then I guess like end it with my overall. No. Sorry. I'll just give you my overall thoughts at the end, but we're gonna go track by track in my thoughts. Okay, starting off with track number 1, Things I Imagined. I listened to this and I laughed out loud. I did, because for two minutes, I believe that's how long the song is. For 2 minutes, I just listened to Solange go, I saw things, I imagined things, I saw things, I imagined, I saw things, I saw things, I imagined things. What? Okay, You imagine things. I get it, but like repeating it over and over in just like varying ways doesn't make it more deep. I feel like a lot of this album was just like unnecessarily repetitive. It just felt like it was fake deep. It's like, ugh, people are gonna drag me. It's okay if you don't agree with me. It is okay. Like, if you like this album, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you have an album that you like. I'm glad you support Solange. But this was just not. It was, to me, it was like a puzzle. It was like there was a complete puzzle, but then she just like took a couple pieces from the puzzle and released these random pieces of the puzzle with no context. And it was like she thought that by releasing just tiny little puzzle pieces without the like big picture somehow made it deeper. But it didn't make it deeper, it just made it incomplete. Which brings me to track number 2, S. McGregor Interlude. I looked it up. Apparently it was a sample of a poem called On Status by Vivian Ayers, who is Felicia Rashad's mom, if you know Felicia Rashad from The Cosby Show or like other things she's done. On Status was a poem about a girl, I'm assuming Vivian Ayers, like leaving her hometown and losing sight of where she came from and thinking she's better than her upbringing and forgetting and leaving her family behind, but then realizing like now that she's left the country and gone to this big city that you need your family. Like you're nothing without your family. So that's kind of what the poem was about. And I guess that resonated with Solange, and that's why she wanted to put the sample on her album. But S. McGregor is just randomly chopped up bits of the On Status poem. Like that's what I'm saying. Like why would you do just random chopped up bits instead of just like the whole poem? That just didn't make sense to me. Like making something that makes sense not make sense doesn't make it deeper. Just include the whole poem. Whatever. Track number 3, Down with the Click. All I wrote for this one is that it was super repetitive and I didn't know what it was about. Like I couldn't figure that out. I don't remember how it goes, so I couldn't talk about that. All of the songs sound the same. All of them do. There are 5 interludes and an intermission in this album. No, more like there's 19 interludes. It's just an album of interludes. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, sorry about it, but that's just the truth. I feel like I have to keep apologizing, but I know I don't have to because it's my opinion. Just don't drag me. Way to the Show is the next track. All I wrote for it was repetitive. Like that's all I got from it. So much of it is just her repeating the same line or like 2 words over and over and over again. You could just say it once and move on. I don't know why you need to keep repeating it. I understand repetition for emphasis, but this was like, this album was overkill on the repetition. The album, if it didn't repeat the same lines over and over, it would easily be cut down to like a 10-minute album. Point made. I don't remember how Way to the Show goes. I really don't remember how any of these went. Except for I saw things, I imagined things. Can I Hold the Mic interlude? That is our 2nd interlude, but in my opinion, the 5th interlude in a row. Why the sample? It included a sample of these people, like, I don't know, I looked up the sample and it was like, can I hold the mic with it? Like, why did you include that? And then the sample of the person just asking to like hold the mic is just Solange talking about how she has to express her art through different mediums. Like she needs multiple outlets for her art and like she can't just express herself in one way. which, like, okay, got it, cool. It just doesn't make, the sample before was unnecessary in my opinion. I don't know, maybe she liked the people from the sample and wanted to include them. I don't know. I really don't know. Stay Flow. Don't remember how it goes. I was trying to figure out what the lyrics meant. I thought maybe it was about like the consequences of getting high and doing drugs. Sorry about the lighting. It's raining. I thought I could trust the sky to stay lit, but I guess not. It is what it is. Stay Flow. I thought maybe she's talking about like the consequences of getting high and like the aftermath and that, but then there were parts about the song, like the lyrics didn't make sense to me, but I didn't write down what lyrics didn't make sense to me because I didn't care enough to, so, because it just, I don't know, I feel like she wasn't trying to make sense in this album. She was like, I'm just gonna put a bunch of things. Maybe that's what she did with this album. Like, she was just like, I'm just gonna come up with a bunch of things, like random, incomplete, like half-realized things, and see what meaning other people find out of it. I feel like I sound angry in this video. I'm not. I just don't understand. That's just it. I just don't understand. And I guess I'm frustrated that I don't understand, but also I don't think anyone understands. And if people do say they understand, I feel like they're lying. I really do. I really do feel like they're lying. Dreams, again, unnecessarily repetitive. It talked about, I guess, like her dreams. Her dreams have yet to be realized, which I guess maybe could justify the repetition. Like when you're pursuing your dreams, sometimes it feels like you're just grinding through and it's just the same struggle the whole time you're pursuing your dreams and it has yet to be realized. So maybe that's why she made it super repetitive. I don't know. Nothing Without Intention is the next track. Nothing Without Intention interlude. There was like a cussing bit out at the beginning. I didn't get why that was necessary. And then there was a sample of someone, a spiritual healer from a YouTube video saying, do nothing without intention, basically. This is like according to Genius. In it, the healer explains the cleansing power of Florida water, an American eau de cologne, which is often used as a form of holy water in Wiccan, Voodoo, and Hoodoo. Sorry if I said those wrong. And Santeria's religious rituals. Which leads into Almeda and how Almeda includes Florida water in the song. So next track, Almeda. There was a lyric, black faith can't be washed away, not even in that Florida water. Which, to me, if you're going by the definition of Florida water provided by Genius, which was taken from the full video that the sample is taken from in Nothing Without Intention, that sentence did not make sense. I'm sorry, just try to keep up. I literally already forgot what I just said. Black faith can't be washed away, not even in that Florida water. I feel like if Florida water in this song is like trying to wash away the faith of Black people, that kind of goes against the meaning of Florida water that was provided in the explanation of Nothing Without Intention interlude. Like water, that the Florida water is supposed to be healing and holy. But then Florida water could also be the Florida water that was brought in from Hurricane Katrina that came to Louisiana and then displaced a bunch of people in Louisiana to Houston, which the Hurricane Katrina water, Florida water, that would make more sense to me as the definition. Black molasses bury the masses. I didn't really get what that meant, so I had to like look it up. And it said this may be a nod to Mista's classic June 1996 track, Blackberry Masses, a song about enduring hard times. So I read it, the lyrics to blackberry molasses, and makes sense. Like, it's about like the struggle of Black people in America. And then Playboy Cardi was in it, and his delivery was, what? I'm sorry, it was a joke. Like, he was just saying like, that's how he sounded to me. That's how he sounded. Like, sorry. I'm sorry to roast you, Playboy Cardi. I can't rap. But I wouldn't rap like that. And then they just like list a bunch of Black things. I feel like some of it makes sense as like recognizing Black people's accomplishments and everything, but a lot of them I didn't make the connection. Like saying like Black Benz, Black keys, those don't necessarily equate to like Black people and Black accomplishments. They're just like objects. But they also like, they went between Black and brown in their descriptions, and would say like brown sugar, brown whiskey, which the brown whiskey, when you go to like recognizing Black people and like what they've done and what white people have stolen from them, like that makes sense, because the brown whiskey, I know Jack Daniel's popular white man whiskey, he like stole it from, I believe he stole it, like the recipe, from a Black man. I could be wrong, but I think I remember hearing about that. Next track, Time, is in parentheses. Again, with the repetition. Oh, ooh. But from what I got about the song's meaning, it was about giving your all and like fully investing in a relationship in order to like overcome any upcoming obstacles and like the fear of the unknown, and just trusting in each other, which is nice. Next, My Skin, My Logo. Solange and Gucci Mane just list things that the other person likes. It sounded like a freestyle. It just kind of sounded stream of consciousness and lazy, in my opinion. And it was very slow. Very slow. Did not appreciate. And then we have Deal with the Freakin' Intermission. Basically, the message is that women are like divine sexual beings. Not sexual in the sense of being sexualized and the misogyny of it all. Like, what are these words? Objectifying women, but like you can find power in your sexuality as a woman, and you are a divine being. That's what I got from We Deal with the Freakin' Intermission. Next is Jared. Repetitive. I guess it was about like her finding a safe space in Jared, and in turn granting him permission to her body. Sex. Sounds like the rest of it. Sounded like the rest of the album. There was no, it all sounded the same. It all sounded the same. Benz. I think this might have been my favorite one, just because I didn't have to work so hard to figure out what it meant, and it was just like living it up on vacation. And then there was a sample from the Vagina Power show, but like the quote that it used, the quote that she used, I feel like there were better quotes from the Vagina Power show on YouTube that she could have used that would have better reflected Solange's views about like the sanctity of the vagine. I feel like the quote that she used didn't really make that point. Okay, sorry if like the lighting is different or if the camera is different. My mom called me to let me know that where I'm at is under a tornado watch or warning or one of those. The next one is Beltway. I mean, Solange is from Houston, so Beltway could be like a reference to Beltway 8 in Houston. I'm from Houston also, so like, what up? But let me just read the lyrics to you, okay? These are the lyrics, word verbatim. Don't. You love me. Lone alone. You love me. You love me, me. What is that supposed to mean? What? Where are the sentences? Where are the like nouns and verbs to make up a sentence? Where is it? Where is the meaning? What is the meaning? What? That's a song? That's not a song. Those are just words repeated. A baby could say that. All you have to know for this song is 5 words, 5 distinct words, and just repeat them over and over again, and you know the song. What is this? What? I'm sorry. That one. Yeah. That, and I saw things, I imagined things. What? Are you kidding? But she's not kidding. That's the thing, she's not kidding. She's not, unless she is. And then she's like on another level. That would be the joke of the century. It would be, honestly. Like, she fooled everyone. She fooled everyone into thinking that that was something, when in fact it was not. Up next is Exit Scott Interlude, an exit on Beltway 8 in Houston. The lyrics, if it were possible to place you in my brain and let you roam around in and out my thought waves, you would never have to ask, why do you love me? That is a poem titled Poem to Anne No. 2, written by Pat Parker. Okay, that's cool. Nice poem. But what does that have to do with Beltway 8? Huh? Like what? And then the next lyrics, please take the wheel forever. With you I feel forever. Show me the way to never. Down where you'll stay forever. Don't quite know what that means. And it's also a snippet and sneak peek to the song Outro Freestyle / Forever from Steve Lacy's album Apollo 21, which was released later in the year. Apparently he wrote that song to be on Solange's album, and then it wasn't, so she just used like part of it and he helped produce the song. But what does any of that have to do with Beltway 8 or like Exit Scott? What does it have to do with that? And what does it even mean? We're getting close to the end, you guys. We're getting close. If you made it through this, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't have watched this far. Next up, oh, sorry, my foot slipped and it kind of scared me because it felt a little bit like I was falling even though I'm sitting in a chair firmly. Next up we have Sound of Rain. Before I listened to this, I really just thought that it was gonna be a like 3-minute like audio file of rain falling. I really thought that. I wasn't gonna put it past her. That I thought that was something she was going to do. Luckily, it wasn't. Hallelujah. Actually, there's worse on this album. But what I got from the album, or not from the album, what I got from Sound of Rain, the song, was she likes to party. He doesn't think she wants to, but she's in fact the life of the party. But I cannot definitively say if that's what this is indeed about. She also interpolates Drunken Love, like when Beyonce says like grinding on that wood. Solange kind of flipped it and said like swinging on them days. Swinging on them days. Ew. I'm sorry, I just hated myself in that moment. And then the lyric, sound of rain helps me let go of the pain. So, sorry if those shadows of the fan are distracting. I'm sorry, I just noticed that. If you've been watching that like this entire time and just like hated me for it, I am so sorry, but I fixed it. I fixed it. I was thinking about you. Anyways, Sound of Rain helps me let go of the pain. Okay, I get that the song is called Sound of Rain, but what does saying Sound of Rain helps me let go of the pain have to do with the rest of the song before that moment? If I were her and I made this album, I probably would have just like made the song and then separately said, Sound of Rain helps me let go of the pain, and that would have been an interlude. Boom, you have another song right there. Crazy. Speaking of interludes, up next we have Not Screwed interlude. It's just someone saying, is not screwed, and if those stars I can't read. Take two. Is not screwed, and if those stars is lining up. Huh? Huh? What does that mean? Is that a sample from something? What's the sample? What are they trying to say? The album is like coming together? Like everything is lining up for her in this moment to like complete the album? Like, does she think she's doing something? I think she thinks she thought she did something. Maybe she did. I'm not saying she didn't. She just did not do something for me. No, she did not do something for me. But maybe she did it for you, and that's great. That is great. That is great. I am so happy for you. But she did not do it for me. All right. Final track on the album. I'm a Witness. Basically, she's like allowing God or the universe to use her as a vessel to like relay whatever message is and that, which is great. And then she says like taking on the light. Like she's taking on the light again, like how she did after she said, I saw things, I imagined things, a bunch. She said like taking on the light. So I guess she's like harnessing the powers of the universe and taking on the light to elevate to the next level. And so she started the album the way she ended, like bookended it, which is like cool, I guess. That was the end of the album, you guys. And those were my thoughts. It was excruciating. It was, oh, what a waste of my time. I just had to get all of this off of my chest. I feel like people would be like, oh, this is such a nice body of work. But really, it's just like an incomplete skeleton. Like there's like maybe a rib cage and like a couple leg bones. But then it's displayed in such a way that like people think that it's something that it's not. I don't know, that's just what I think of it. There were maybe cool moments, like I liked how in one of the songs, I don't remember which because they all sound the same to me, she used like the sound of gunshots as like percussion. That was cool. I really listened to that album again. I put myself through that. I really trusted you, Amanda Beebe. And I still trust you. I do. But not on this. No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop apologizing. I've apologized enough. But yeah, that was my thoughts. I guess the album was like kind of an homage to Houston in a way, in some parts, honoring Black people, recognizing their accomplishments, Black empowerment. But the album just wasn't good. Like, that is all good stuff. But the album wasn't. Sorry. Again, I just couldn't get it off my mind. I listened to it last night, and I knew I had to talk about it, but I went to bed and woke up hoping to have a fresh mind, but it was just consuming me. I just couldn't stop until I talked about it. So I talked about it, and I'm putting it out there just for my peace of mind. You don't have to agree with me. I just needed to do this for myself. I'm not trying to convince anyone that this is a bad album, even though I literally just said it was a bad album. To me. To me. I'm not trying to make anyone who likes the album hate it. I'm not. Solange, she's a great girl. Great artist, person, all that. This just didn't click with me, and maybe it wasn't supposed to. Maybe it wasn't supposed to. Maybe it's not for me. It's probably intentionally not for me. Like me, you know, like me. Like, and that's fine. Like, that's fine. And if that's the case, like, that's fine. But it just wasn't for me, you know? Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I don't know when I'm gonna be posting anything anytime soon. Anything new. I don't know when I'm going to post anything new, but maybe I will. You can follow me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, at Trace_Vaughn. That's TRACE_VAUGHN. I don't know why I'm doing this because I have iMovie on my iPhone 6, and that's how I will be editing this. So I don't know if I can even get the text here. So just follow me wherever. I'll have my social media in the description. I probably won't have a link though because of technology and laziness. But I hope you enjoyed. What was that noise? I think that was a car starting. But those are my thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll know when I upload a video next year. And that's it. Bye!